We are in the middle of one of the biggest shifts in digital marketing, maybe ever. For decades, the entire game was search engine optimization, SEO. But now, AI is completely changing how we find information, and a brand new rulebook is being written as we speak. So in this explainer, we're going to unpack some incredible research from aiCMO to really understand the end of search as we know it, and introduce the new game we all have to play to survive, generative engine optimization, or GEO.
This quote right here, it really nails the revolution we're in. That old world of search, it made us do all the work, right? You'd open 10 tabs, piece together an answer from a jumbled list of links. Well, that whole era is just over. It's being replaced by what's called an answer surface, basically an intelligent interface that does the hard work for you. It gives you a direct answer, not a to-do list.
And that, right there, leads to a pretty scary question for any business. In the old world, being visible meant getting on page 1. Simple. In this new world, visibility means being chosen and cited by an AI. The research is brutally honest about this, warning that if you don't adapt, you risk utter invisibility and even digital extinction. Why? Because the AI is the new gatekeeper. If it doesn't recommend you, you might as well not exist.
So yeah, that's why this whole first section is called the end of search. And look, we don't mean that literally, of course, but it is the end of search as we've known it for 20 years. The fundamental way people find answers and discover new brands is being rewired from the ground up right now. Let's take a look at what this new world actually feels like.
This slide really just lays it all out. We're moving away from typing these clunky, awkward keywords and moving towards having natural conversations. But here's the most important part. The heavy lifting is shifting. Instead of us having to piece everything together from 10 different links, the AI does the synthesis for us. And that simple change, well, it changes absolutely everything. This massive shift leads directly to what the source material calls the zero-click reality. And this isn't some far-off prediction. Nope, it's a data-driven look at what's happening today. It means people are getting their answers without ever needing to click through to your website. And what's really mind-blowing here is just how fast this is all happening. As of early 2025, more than 13% of all Google queries are already triggering these AI overviews. Some research even puts that number closer to 18%. For billions and billions of searches, a direct AI answer has become, as the white paper puts it, effectively the new front page of the internet. And the result of that new front page is crystal clear. When one of these AI summaries shows up, the click-through rate to traditional websites gets cut by nearly half. I mean, just look at that. That is a huge chunk of organic traffic that is just gone. And it's happening at an incredible speed. So, here is the absolute crux of the issue. For years, the deal was simple. You rank number 1, you get the traffic. That deal is now officially broken. You can rank number 1 organically, but still be completely invisible because you weren't cited in the AI's answer. This isn't just about losing a few page views. This is a fundamental threat to your brand's entire relevance online. Okay, so that's the scary part. It's big, it's real, and it's here. But this explainer is about the solution. To navigate this brand new world, we need a whole new discipline. So let's introduce the new rulebook, a strategic framework called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO. So what is GEO, really? This is the core idea. It's not just a new coat of paint on SEO. Its goal is completely different. As the source defines it, it's all about preparing your content to be selected, synthesized, and cited by AI. The goal isn't to get a click anymore. The goal is to become the answer that the AI gives. And the way aiCMO frames this is super helpful. They call it the GEO triple standard. For an AI to recommend your brand, your content has to hit these 3 marks, and it has to be in this exact order. First, the AI has to understand you. Second, it has to trust you. And finally, the big prize, it has to cite you. It's like a chain reaction, and each step is absolutely essential. All right, so that's the theory. But how do you actually do this? How do you make your brand AI recommendable? This next section is all about getting practical. We're going to break down the strategies for nailing each pillar of that GEO framework. Let's start right at the foundation, being understood. Before an AI can even think about trusting or citing you, it has to have zero confusion about what you're saying and who you are. This goes so far beyond just keywords. It's about intentionally engineering your content to leave a crystal clear semantic fingerprint for the AI to read. So how do you create that perfect fingerprint? Well, it all comes down to structure and being incredibly clear.
This means building these organized topic clusters, like content hubs, instead of just random blog posts. It means using precise, entity-rich language and anchoring all your content with clear context, so there's absolutely no ambiguity for the machine.
Okay, so the AI gets you. Now you need it to trust you. And for an AI, trust isn't a feeling, right? It's a calculation. It's all about verification. The white paper puts it perfectly. Trust needs proof. This pillar is all about giving the AI machine-readable proof to earn its digital stamp of approval. And how do you build that machine-readable trust? Well, you start with technical things, like using structured data or schema to give the AI undeniable facts about your brand. It also means clearly demonstrating what Google calls EEAT, your expertise, experience, authoritativeness, and trust, with things like clear author bios and citing high-quality sources. And this is it. This is the whole ball game. Being cited, the AI understands you, it trusts you, and now it specifically chooses your content to quote, to recommend, or to link to. This right here, this is the moment your brand becomes the answer. This is the new definition of success online. Now, to get cited, you got to basically spoon-feed the AI. You have to pre-package your insights. The white paper points out at things like summary blocks or TLDR sections, comparison tables, and using a really neutral fact-based tone. That stuff is gold for AI because it's so easy for it to grab and quote directly. Now, let's pull back for a second. GEO isn't just a tactic for a new type of search. According to the research from aiCMO, it's actually the critical first step in a much bigger evolution, a move towards a totally autonomous marketing future. And they've actually built a framework to map out this entire journey. This is an aiCMO's AO4 Framework, and it's basically a big picture map for AI maturity. It shows how companies evolve from using AI as simple assistants for little tasks to optimizers, and then to this really crucial stage of orchestrators that can manage entire workflows, and the end goal, a fully autonomous organism. GEO is the essential groundwork that makes this whole evolution possible. This chart shows where the market is today, and this is where things get really interesting. A huge majority, 80% of companies are still playing in the shallow end, just using AI as fragmented tools. Only a small fraction are starting to move into level 3, that orchestration phase. And this gap, right here, between using AI as a tool and using it as a strategic partner, that's where the next generation of winners will be decided. So you're probably thinking, wow, this sounds like a ton of work. And you're not wrong. So how does a brand actually do all of this? Well, this is where a platform like aiCMO comes into the picture. As the UK's very first AI marketing operating system, its whole purpose is to automate this incredibly complex SEO and GEO workflow. It's a system designed to help brands make that critical leap to level 3 maturity by turning all this GEO theory into a real actionable process. So that's where we land. The digital world has been changed, and there's no going back. The old playbook is officially obsolete. Being visible is no longer about being on a list. It's about being the single definitive source that an AI chooses to recommend. This research gives us a clear warning, but it also gives us a strategic roadmap. The key thing is, adapting isn't optional anymore. So the question you have to ask yourself is, in this new age of AI, is your brand prepared to be the answer?
aiCMO is the first UK-based marketing operating system built for next-gen brands.